The HHPLift mission is to create quality jobs for the people who need them most, providing paid and subsidized jobs with immersive training, executive skills development, sector-based learning skills, and next leader development, all in alignment with in-demand jobs in Chicago. Now, let's learn more about how our program impacts lives from Elvin.
I had specific goals. I wanted to be a manager in a data center for a major corporation. I was on my way there. I was actually had 12 years experience working for major corporations and warehousing. I was getting to the point where I was looking for a managerial position, but then that's when things started going down. My mom was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. That really took me by surprise. Started self-medicating at that point with alcohol, getting depressed. I lost my job. I also lost a place to call my own. My housing was not stable at all due to my substance abuse issues that I was having. I did neglect my family at one point, and they were not that accepting of me. Before coming to HHPLift, I was really hitting rock bottom. Finally pulled myself back together and found HHPLift through our partnership with Kara. The first day I started here at HHPLift, I was introduced to the workshop, and I just remember the smells, all the different smells that were in there. I mean, it was just like glorious. The people that I met, especially the manager and all the other associates, I mean, they were so kind, helpful, patient, and so I felt very comfortable here. I felt like it was part of my own family. I felt very accepted here. I started out as a production assistant. I was promoted to senior production assistant, which entailed that I oversaw the other associates. That was awesome. I was also promoted again as an e-commerce and product fulfillment specialist. I've been learning a lot since I've been promoted, and loving it, loving every minute of it. Having access to the back end of the website, I'm putting up products on a daily basis. I'm doing reporting as well with the website, and I feel like I'm back on track to what I have a passion for, which is computer technology. I feel like I'm in a career path with HHPLift. I definitely want to pursue a career either in web designing or learn more about setting up my own e-commerce business. The 111 program helped build stability in your life. It helped me develop my self-esteem, my self-worth. It built my character. Everything has been up and up ever since. I'm glad to say that I did get my own apartment through the resources of HHPLift. They also helped furnish my apartment through the Chicago Furniture Bank, which HHPLift partners with. Beautiful furniture. I mean, my apartment looked all decked out, looks beautiful. My family right now is very supportive of me. I've made amends with my kids, with my wife. They've seen that I've improved myself in a positive way, by working, being responsible, getting my own apartment. So they see that I'm really making a change. Yeah, as far as my family, it's looking very great right now. It's very nourishing for me here. Being part of the HHPLift and the 111 program has really lifted me up. I mean, literally lifted me up from the ground up. It's like my second family being here.
A major goal in meeting our mission is to build strategic partnerships to sustain positive change here in Chicago. An example is our unique partnership with Ready Chicago.
The mission and the purpose of Ready Chicago is to identify the highest risk population to be impacted by gun violence, by victimization and or perpetration, and to engage them in two types of intentional activities. The first is cognitive behavioral therapy, and then the second is job skill and employment development. And so on average, our participants could have 4 to 5 felony arrests and between 14 and 18 arrests. The majority of our population is African American male. They deal with homelessness, all the barriers to employment that you can fathom, in addition to high levels of trauma. And they live in 5 very specific communities in the south and west sides of Chicago, where we recruit and engage them. The HHPLift provides safe spaces where they can come in with high levels of trauma and just engage in meaningful work and learn a skill in the process. And then I think the other thing that HHPLift provides for our participants is people who are interested in their lives and people who are interested in helping them, opposed to just do this labor for me and then thank you, see you tomorrow. But it's more intentional and it's more real and it's human. And I think that for a population that has been written off by society and or they have reacted to being written off by society by acting out through violence, they come to a space in HHPLift that reminds them that not everybody has written them off. They've not only engaged with the participant and giving them that impact, they're engaged with another Heartland initiative that works to make companies and spaces and staff more trauma informed. They're really committed to creating safe spaces for communities of color, and they're very committed to the Ready population. I think the downside to working with HHPLift is that we want to send them all here. So being able to create that capacity for HHPLift, I think a lot of the guys that do come to this work site engage such meaningful ways that they ask to come back. HHPLift is a part of a coalition of companies impacting gun violence, and I don't even know if HHPLift meant to do that, right? I don't think they ever said, hey, our mission's to impact gun violence in the city of Chicago, but they've definitely stepped up to the challenge, and they are a part of that citywide movement of reducing gun violence in our city. I came to the site visit right before they were getting ready to exit, and the guys were super nervous, and I was trying to figure out what is it that's making you nervous. You've been there. So it turned out they were doing yoga. Watching the guys' positive energy and nervousness, and the staff even, right? And then it just became a norm and an excitement for them. Instead of just coming straight to work into business, they engaged them in sort of physical health and state of mind, right? Which is exactly what a lot of us don't know how to do who are engaged in violence. We don't know how to center ourselves and bring peace of mind because of the chaos that runs through our minds. The trickle-down effect to the idea of how it impacts families, the majority of our men are fathers. So now they're experiencing a physical change, they're experiencing an emotional change, and then they're experiencing an economical change. And what that's gonna do is gonna have a ripple down effect to sort of changing future generations. But I think in addition to that, over the COVID period, as we were working remotely, this target population is the last to be thought of how do they continue economic access when they don't have salary-driven positions or, essential workers per se. HHPLift continued to engage with us in digital learning and digital engagement, right? So I think those are all ways that speak volumes to HHPLift character and their willingness to want to learn and do something to impact our guys.
As we advance our partnership with Ready Chicago, we developed an innovative program that would not only create quality jobs for the Ready men, but also increase business opportunities for HHPLift, including training and certification in digital fabrication in laser etching, that would also allow us to provide new ways to do in-house branding and customization. But let's start by meeting our new laser etcher. We call her Penelope. Penelope came to us through an exciting new partnership with top educational and science learning institutions in the country. We first connected with leaders at the Museum of Science and Industry's Fab Lab, a digital fabrication laboratory created by MIT and is now a global network. Interested in broadening their scope of partnering with schools, the museum was excited to partner with an employment social enterprise like HHPLift. Members of HHPLift's program team completed a challenging week of immersive learning and training, And now, HHPLift has been accepted as partners in the Museum of Science and Industry's MakeX digital fabrication program. We are now part of the MIT network of Fab Labs throughout the world, have our own digital fabrication software, certification, and of course, Penelope. Training from the museum's Fab Lab leaders on the Lone Laser was also included. We're so excited about what the laser can mean for business. For example, the etcher allows us to customize our eco-friendly bamboo products, such as coffee tumblers, cutting boards, cheese boards, and notebooks. It is a machine designed for makers and small businesses, and is capable of cutting and etching wood, acrylic and cardboard, and also glass, which is great for our custom candles. Now, our task was to train the Ready Men in our LiftWorks program. On Hands immersive training in digital fabrication and its software culminates in certification, which gives the men tangible, marketable skills to jumpstart their careers and advance towards economic stability. The first step was setting up the machine itself, including a ventilation system to the outside, and providing an emergency station in case of fire or accidents. Next, we made sure all safety protocols were taught, understood, and adhered to. Catherine showed them a variety of sustainable materials that they would be working with, including an eco-friendly synthetic felt made from corn and wood-based materials. She also showed them that etching results vary depending on the materials used, and that etching on natural products like bamboo will result in each one having its own unique look. Then it was time to use the etcher and get acclimated to it. The project they were being trained on was laser etching bamboo lids to be used on our glass candle vessels. Using the template that our workshop supervisor fabricated, the Ready cohort began a project to etch 4 bamboo candle lids at a time. Some of the variables involved in laser etching are mastering setting the power and speed of the laser and also setting the perimeter or imprint area. It takes a lot of testing and experimentation. Luckily, the training at the museum taught the team to follow the scientific method, to be deliberate in experimenting, only changing one variable at a time. This was an exciting challenge for our Ready team. And as a team, they figured out how to pause a job to correct the settings, and then how to rehome the laser so it could get back into the correct position to start over. They were ready to begin the job. The team then performed quality control of the bamboo lids, fascinated by the variety of outcomes due to the natural materials, and finally placed them on the vessels and completed the project. HHPLift is so excited about what digital fabrication means for our business, but more importantly, what doors it can open for our program associates.